All right.
Dollar bets, dollar bets, dollar bets. We got a very special episode today. Z is behind the wheel right now.
I am behind the wheel. What's that? Is that song? It's Depeche Mode. You know what I'm talking about?
You just made that up. Depeche Mode's not real.
That's the real song. Depeche Mode is not real. Depeche Mode is AI. How's it going, Ho?
All right, so Z is behind the wheel, which means I am on the laptop trying to do a recording. Hopefully this works.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't mess
He's
this
the
up.
captain.
I am not technologically savvy, full admit.
No, not at all.
Right now I am watching Z through his phone camera, which is sitting on his lap and looking straight up his nostrils. Oh, you have a sunroof in your car. That's nice.
No, I don't.
You don't? What am I looking at?
I don't know.
I don't know. It looks like there's a window right there.
Because if Bears lose another game like that, I'm gonna punch a goddamn hole in my Volkswagen top.
All right, here we go. Let's get right into the NFL because something absolutely glorious happened on Sunday, and I guess this is a matter of perspective. But
yeah,
Hail Mary, Mother of God. What happened? You want to tell them, Z, or you want me to?
Yeah, I'll tell you what happened.
All right, I'll tell them. So, in a battle of the last two Heisman Trophy winners, / in a battle of the first and second pick of this past draft, we had Chicago Bears with their quarterback Caleb Williams at the Washington. What's their name?
Jerks. I don't know. I'm not even gonna say the name. I'm gonna say the Washington team. I don't even say Washington football team because they rejected that name.
Yeah, the team formerly known as the Washington football team, formerly known as the Washington something else's.
We're gonna call them WFT.
WFT.
Yeah. The Bears are WFT.
And their guy Jayden Daniels, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Washington's a better looking team most of the game. Chicago comes back, takes a late lead, and then the Hail Mary ends it.
Sadness.
So the play originally started like around, I think, the Commanders' 45-yard line, but he actually threw this ball from his own 35. It came down at about the 1.5-yard line. So that's like 60-something yards in the air. Comes down.
Yeah, that's pretty standard for a
Chicago Bears defender.
23 years old at the NFL. So wow, so impressive.
Hey, I'm just giving the numbers. You keep your eyes on the road. 10-2 right now, Zioli. I'm doing the talking. Yeah, comes down, hits the Chicago Bears defender in the hand, the guy who started off the play walking around the edge of the field, waving at Commanders fans in the stands, just taunting them. And then, Right. So that's a whole other thing. But this thing was glorious. The Bears lose. Yay. So, Z, I have a question for you, though.
Yeah.
In all seriousness.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams, Jayden Daniels.
Yeah.
Did the Bears pick the wrong guy?
Do I, or is that what you're saying?
I am asking you, did the Bears pick the wrong guy?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, and here's why. Are they both really good? Are they exceptional? Are they going to be exceptional without injury? Most likely, because we've already seen what happened when one of them has horse shit coaching. The worst fucking coaching you can imagine, right? And he's still good. They're giving him pre-snap reads. Jayden Daniels not doing that. Jayden Daniels does what's on the call sheet, okay? They're letting Caleb Williams read the defense, man or zone, and then decide to go with the play or change the play. Okay? Jayden Daniels isn't doing that shit. Doesn't mean he's not great, but he's not doing that shit because they have Cliff Kingsbury, who has at least a football intellect and formerly had a sweet ass house. I hope that guy has a sweet ass house near me because he deserves it. He should have been the Bears OC, but the Bears are an absolute effing clown show of an organization. They're a mom and pop shop. And guess what? Walmart's coming, bitch. This shit has got to end. That lady's going to go the way of the dodo bird eventually. She's 99. Her son, your daughter, her whole family's going down. God damn it. I hate it. I was so distraught, dude. When they got that, when they gave him 10 to 15 needless yards in a 3-second span and just gave it to him so they'd have a chance to throw it, I was like, uh-oh. They didn't call, and then I knew it was going to be either caught or really fucking close when they didn't call a timeout. You know how many timeouts they had left? Oh,
I don't remember.
3. They had 3. I showered, but I had 3 timeouts, dude. They had 3 timeouts to plan something. You only get 1, obviously, but they also they threw before the Bears gave up the possession at 25 seconds or whatever, however many seconds were left. On first down with the clock stop, they throw a fade to DJ Moore, who just got hurt 2 plays before. And it's like, what are you doing? Just run 4 times. You have 3 timeouts. Run the clock down. It's 4 seconds. Jeez. It just, nothing about it was okay. I'm not okay. The world is not okay because the thing was though, I regard this, despite the nature of the Bears, as a horseshit mom and pop store that needs to die as in its current position. Despite all this, I still say that this needed afterwards. I was like, you know what? If this is what it takes to finally get rid of this clown Sabaros manager of a coach, then absolutely, by all means, let it rain Hail Marys down upon my soul for the rest of the year. Let them lose every game because at worst, we're getting someone just a little bit not as good as Ben Johnson as our head coach next year. Because you heard this though, but there was a report that Ben Johnson wanted the Bears job next year, but they just didn't fire Luce.
Yeah, I saw that. It's fine. You can keep having that dream. Johnson's not coming to your team. Not last year, not next year, not ever.
Oh, right. Because you know more than he does about what's in his own heart. Okay, sure.
Yes, I do. I read the articles about him all the time. You don't. Anyway, moving on. I'm going to pile on. Although this one's going to be a pile on you and me.
Articles are bullshit. Hold on. Articles are bullshit. Anyone can say something in a quote. But you're telling me this guy doesn't have ambition to be a head coach?
I'm not saying that. Are you going to keep putting words in my mouth?
Well, you're like, he's not going there. He doesn't want to. You said you were putting words in his mouth. So I'm putting words in your mouth. And the Bears put something in my mouth. Okay? Basically, that's what happened. That's what's happening. They put a big, steaming pile of shit in my mouth is what they did. Okay?
All right.
Swear jar, road swear, road swear.
We're going to need something much bigger than a jar for the heater you're on right now.
For shit from my mouth. That was a Bears did to me.
Cauldron.
Folgers cup. Folgers, it's in the cup.
All right, stop it. Yeah, I'm talking.
Okay.
I'm going full Kamala Harris on you right now. I'm talking.
I'm the captain now. I am the captain now. Well, you were going to talk about the Lions next, or
no? Hold on. I'm gonna respond to your Ben Johnson comment real quick. Two things. First of all, Ben Johnson has said repeatedly that he wants to finish the job in Detroit. That means that he is not going to leave Detroit until he gets at least to a Super Bowl, more likely winning a Super Bowl. He's happy in Detroit. He's 38 years old. I'm talking.
All right. I'm the captain. I'm listening. I'm formulating dollar bets.
38 years old. He will have plenty of opportunities to be a head coach. He is very happy in Detroit. Listen, he's an offensive savant, and he is getting to work with an unbelievable quarterback right now. He will have his opportunities to be a head coach. And when that happens, he's going to get to pick. He's not going to have to go to some atrocious situation like a Carolina Panthers. And he's going to hold out on the Bears. I cannot see him going in division. That's just my personal hunch. I could be
Oh my
wrong
God.
about
Oh
that,
yeah.
but he's not gonna
100%
be.
about that, dude. Oh my God. That's laughable.
Yeah,
Okay, so let's pick a team. The Jets. He's gonna take the Jets over playing with Caleb Williams and an existing defense. For his career, his high level career, not us, his high level career, he's going to pick something as petty as a division with his former employer. Are you freaking kidding me? That is the coldest take that's ever been taken on the show, honestly. I think you have to drink more scotch. I think this is not, I feel like I drank scotch listening to that, honestly. And
we'll
it's,
see.
where's that? You know, from Billy Madison, where he's like, and you are awarded 0 points, you are awarded no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. There's no way in hell he's not. You're right. You were right about something that one of the things you said. You were like so spot on. If I wasn't driving, I would have applauded. But it's like he will pick and choose. That is correct. However, in this cycle, should they go to the Super Bowl or beyond? He's obviously leaving. I agree that if he does go to the Super Bowl, he's not coming back to then win the Super Bowl. He's only coming back if the jobs that are open is a combination of he's got a bitter taste in his mouth from losing in the playoffs before the Super Bowl. And not only that, but he doesn't want to go to a job like the Jets, Carolina. So Carolina's probably not going to be open. That was his first year coach. The Saints, maybe.
Yeah, because Carolina's never fired a first-year coach in the past decade.
I mean, you think they're going to fire him when he gave him Bryce Young and Andy Dalton, and they're trading players away? They traded Deontay Johnson today.
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing.
Second best player. He's probably their second. Oh, really? What tips you off to that? Was it the Bears? Players for essentially 5 decent players for Bryce Young. Great, awesome. Who's only starting this year right now because his the father of 3 quarterback that he's now understudied to got in a car accident. Like, when you're a first number 1 overall pick and in year 2 you need someone to get in a car accident to play your job, that's bad.
Wait, who got in a car? Oh, yeah, Dalton got in a car accident.
Andy Dalton, yeah. You're like, what? Things are changing every minute with this trading deadline coming. So it's like, who's in an accident? Who's got gun charges? Who did what? Who's happening where? It's too much. It's too much. I'm bad at
speaking of quarterback situations, you heard the news from Indy that they're benching Richardson to go with old man Flacco?
Yeah, because the coach wants to save his job.
Yeah.
Richardson is not ready yet, and or at least in the Steichen offense or whatever it is, whatever his name is, Steichen. Is it Sam Steichen? I feel like it's Sam. It's not, but I'm going to call him Sam Steichen.
Isn't it Steve?
Sam Steichen offense. I don't think it's either. I think we wanted alliteration so badly.
I think it is alliteration.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure, but
so okay, like throw out your hatred for the Bears, and I'm presuming the Cowboys as well. Where else would be even an attractive spot for him to work after this year if they go to the Super Bowl or further?
Well, I don't. I'm not going to start trying to speculate all the job openings that there's going to be. There's a lot of bad teams in the NFL this year.
Well, I know, but I'm not talking about the bad teams. I'm talking about the teams that are only not excelling because their coaches or their GMs or the owners are total shit. Like specifically the Cowboys and the Bears.
Hold on, I'm going to regress real quick. It was an alliteration, but it's not Sam or Steve. It is Shane.
Shane Steichen.
Yeah. So we were both on the wrong or on the right track. Just look on the briefcase. Yeah. Swanson, Slappy.
Slappy. You know who's not on the right track? The Colts for having this disaster.
Yep. But all right, let's get to a team that is on the right track because I just need to gloat for a second.
Wait, you're talking about the Lions, yeah?
I'm talking about the Lions because the Lions
style points, the meaningless game style points, awesome.
First of all, there's no meaningless games.
The Titans are a meaningless game. I think the Bears and the Lions have proven that the Titans are a meaningless game. They both beat them in brutal fashion for different reasons. Like there was the pick six that was flung to the goat, not in a good way, Tyreek
So
Stevenson last on Sunday.
the
And you guys
Bears
beat the hell out of them.
Bears beat the Titans because the Titans literally, by Titans I mean Will Levis, literally threw the game to them. On the other
Yeah,
hand, the
twice.
Lions beat the Titans because they had something like 300 return yards, four uh, fumble and interceptions, and yeah, Jared Goff with a whopping 85 yards passing because every single drive started at Tennessee's 30-yard line.
Right. Looking like from that week one game and the difference there, we didn't have the Bears didn't have a return touchdown from the receiving the punts and the such. They had a block punt return by Simon Biles' husband, and they had an interception return for touchdown. You guys have one of those? Where do we stand on Titans bingo card? Like that's what it's become. You're right. Like the reason your dude had a day off, basically. Goff had a day off. Was Goff's day off? That rhymes. More alliteration, right? Was because they had a situation where like the defense was like, what if we just don't have to do it and the return team does? What about that? And like let's just not throw, let's just run. And when we do throw, let's throw to like more offensive linemen who hasn't had a taste yet, you know? It's like it's nice. It's all nice, but like I feel like they just need to be so beyond ruthless at this point. I don't think they should consider the next two drafts. I think they should go out and get Myles Garrett or somebody like that.
Yeah, do it. Please do it.
Because if they don't do it, guess who is going to do it? San Francisco, Chicago. Well, first off, San Francisco needs to do it because they're short on bodies. They get everybody hurt, right? That seems to be the problem. They have two issues. Everyone gets hurt in San Francisco, which sucks for them, but oh well. And two is Shanahan will find a way to choke. He's done it 3 times. 3 times.
Yeah. Well, talking about everyone getting hurt, the Detroit Lions are on to like their 5th and 6th defensive ends. So I can't feel too bad for the 49ers right now.
That's poor planning too. I mean, Davenport had history injuries, right?
Okay, but Hutchinson did not have injury issues. Derek Barnes did not have injury issues.
Who is there out for this year? Like what?
Pascal, who's got some illness that they're not telling us what. He does not have an injury issue or injury history.
All right, well that's even more reason. If I'm the other teams that have a chance, not necessarily just this year, more so like the next few years, because that's what you're really looking at. Like I see it from the other team's perspective because I'm a Bears fan, and also I'm like, are the Lions going to cash this in? Like this is your golden ticket. You got Hutchinson on a deal already. He's gonna come back. It's a broken leg situation. It's not like an Achilles or something like that where you really need to push off. Like your leg will heal. Legs do heal, right? Like it's not like an Achilles or even an ACL or a gunshot or something.
Yeah, no, listen, like, if you listen to Aiden Hutchinson, he's gonna play in the Super Bowl this year.
I mean, he could attend the Super Bowl, buy a ticket. Like that's cool.
Hey, this is just what's coming from him and his camp.
Well, he's a Wolverine, so he's full of shit. But,
all right, I feel like that's the segue. We need to talk about it right now. We got to talk about the elephant.
Can we talk about which elephant? We can talk about our crappy AD just capitulating to them over and over again.
No, we're not going to get into the drama. We're going to talk about the game itself. Because we need to eat some crow.
Okay.
You and I.
Based on what?
Based on we were so certain that our school was going to go into Ann Arbor and win. And not only did that not happen, but coaching really, really looked bad in this game.
Oh, yeah. Basically, I think, and you had the better view than I did.
Oh, I had a better view than anybody. I was on the field.
On mute with my father. arguing with my father in my living room during the game, like old times, but like way sadder because it was a Michigan game and I'm a full grown adult. It was so bad. I was like, I know one person though who had a worse game experience than me, and he was taking pictures of our failure, freezing his BALLS as off. Okay, that was horrifically bad, and I thought for sure through the weekend that there's nothing that'll top this, and then the Hail Mary's full of shame. But and I was okay. Well, that's nice. I was like, I could be like, because I don't have the side gigs of, well, really your job is your side gig, and your main gig is being a sports writer and sports broadcaster, or sports journalist. But I was like, at least I don't have to write about this. I can just bitch about this on my rating smashing podcast with but like I don't have to like plug into this as much. I don't have to ask questions. I just have to eat the S burger again. I had 2 S burgers on Monday and they were not delicious. Okay, so I think that I was overly. So I think we talked about the gaps that mattered most in this game. Maybe I was just randomly texting someone else about the game, but it was like the gaps that are enormous are the coaching, the quarterback, and the wide receiver without Will Johnson in there. And it turns out if your coaching doesn't show up, the quarterback advantage and the receiver advantage completely disappear. Because they didn't throw the ball. They did not throw the ball against a team that could not throw the ball except to one person, Loveland, yes, who we made from a late first, early, mid-second round pick to a definitive first-round pick because we flat out just let him chip and run, didn't cover him. A safety ran right by him while he was running down the field. So, and you know what? Can you blame the player? No, I'm not going to blame the player. I'm just going to, because it's Michigan State, not under D'Antonio, not under their best coach they've ever had, asterisk, before 2016, the best coach they've ever had. But because there's this other coach, it's like, does this guy does the staff get this game? Do they understand? Are we playing Purdue right now? Like, what is this? Why are you playing to not lose by running the clock down? You limit possessions against a team with an explosive offense, not an explosive diarrhea offense. Like, what the hell? Why do they do this? Your turn. Why do they do this to us?
Yeah, I don't have an answer for that last part, but I think you're almost giving. Listen, the coach Jonathan Smith definitely deserves his share of the blame. I do think to some
79%.
extent you are giving quarterback Aiden Childs too much credit, though. Like,
for what?
He's had this season, he's had a couple beautiful passes. Obviously, the 70-yarder to Nick Marsh, a couple other ones, but at this point, we are not relying on his passing ability because we have seen him have too many just horrible judgment calls where he throws the ball into an area where he shouldn't, or 2, just horrible accuracy issues where his pass is nowhere near his receiver. So, we cannot rely on him winning games. Like, we still need to have a great defense, and 2, rely on our run game. And our run game for sure showed up, especially on the first 2 drives. And it's an absolute goddamn shame that we were not up 14-0 instead of blowing that opening drive at the 1-yard line and then getting called for a false start when we were going to go for it on 4th down and then had to kick a field goal.
No, it was a delayed game.
It was.
Right?
I thought it was a false start. I was right there and I saw somebody move.
Oh. Well, I'm glad it was. Oh no, yeah, you're right. I was glad because I just felt, just having watched them this season, I just felt that they were going to blow that play. They were going to call it bad play because I don't believe in the coordinator yet, offensive coordinator. I sure as hell, he took 9 steps backwards with a let's have a 14-play, 8-minute drive when we're down by 14 points with 10 minutes left in the game. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Let's do that again. Like, I mean, why? Then you only limit yourself to one set of downs and having to put everyone in the box run a counter against a good offensive line, or give them a chance to throw to the tight end over the top. It's just like the whole game, all they did was work against their own percentage of victory from the very
Maybe
beginning.
they intentionally wanted it to be a long drive because they wanted to rest their defense, who before that last drive where they got the 3 and out had not been looking too good in the second half.
It makes sense to get across the 50, but
dude, their punt didn't even get across the 50 in the end. So that part worked out. You know, we ended up getting the ball with 4.5 minutes to go in the game, with needing the touchdown to tie the game. You know, so
yeah,
you can't fault them that much. You know, at some point they knew they were going to need to get a defensive stop.
I literally am faulting them because they limited, instead of probably getting 2 series by mixing in runs and passes and cutting that drive time in half, you're going to get 2 series to score. So
yeah, but again, you're making an assumption that Aiden Childs could have gotten that done, when the evidence all season is a bit to the unless he was going to hit Nick Marsh for another 70-yard pass. Like, where is your evidence that he can do what you're saying he would have done?
Touchdown on 3rd and 12. 3rd and 12. We scored a touchdown. The one target I remember to Marsh.
Yeah, that was Nick Marsh making a beautiful move.
He threw the ball to himself, right? Okay, cool.
But Nick Marsh literally was being led into double coverage, and he somehow just stopped on a dime, made this unbelievable turn the other direction.
It was great. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's the scheme. It's like,
you can go back and watch that. That was
not playing. No,
anyway.
That game does not fit. The moment we hit stop recording, I'm never talking about that game the rest of my life.
All right. All I can say is next year the game is in East Lansing, and we're definitely going to win that one, right, Z?
I have to see who's that quarterback first for
right, Z?
No.
All right. What else do you want to talk about tonight?
No, because here's the thing. Like, all right. Tell me something as a Lions fan, as a fan of other teams that have had struggles. Like, is there a moment when when your radar goes off and like this coach is in over his head, or this is never going to work out? Because I felt that for Eberflus early on, but definitely last year, like multiple times. Because, for example, here's a fun stat. Tell me which coach has lost 4 games in a less than 2-year span with a 90+% chance to win in the 4th quarter.
I'm assuming your boy.
That's not my boy. I hate him. Eberflus, yeah, he sucks. But you should not be allowed to get that 4th opportunity. If you've blown 3 games like that, you should be out the damn door. And allegedly, I do believe there's some allegedness and not truth to this, was that Ben Johnson would have stepped in, right? And whose PR is that, or is it some anonymous executive stirring the pot, right? We'll see at the end of this year, unless you're right and I'm right at the same time. I'm right about they don't make the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl, and you're right that he doesn't leave, right? Well, anyways, first, for me, the moment with Smith was the very first game. We were up by, what were we up by? Like, it was against Florida Atlantic. We're up by like 6 points, and we don't go for a field goal to make it a 2-score game in the 4th quarter, in the middle of the 4th quarter, against Florida Atlantic. And so I'm like, are you trying to develop the team's resolve, or are you trying to win a game? Because as we showed on Saturday, I got my days mixed up now. I'm ruined. As we've seen, we cannot abide by trying to, let's do everything we can to not lose, or to make sure we don't lose, but also try to develop the team at the same time. It doesn't work that way. You try to win, or you try to develop the team, but you can't just roll it out there like a pity, like cowardly strategy. And then when things goes wrong, you can't pivot outside of your strategy. So you just keep doubling down. Like, the thing that went wrong in this game was the fumble. and we fumbled this ball because we didn't use a timeout. We had 25, was it 29 seconds left, 25 seconds left? Something like that.
Something like that.
We're near midfield. We're up 7-6. So they, for some reason, went for 2. I was like, okay, we're up 7-6. This is a key point in the game. You take the ball in the locker room, right? That would be one strategy. And based on what they were trying to do all half was just run. You just take a knee. Michigan had one timeout. They're not going to try to stop the clock off your knee taking, right? They're happy they got it to 7-6. They get the ball. Okay, cool. Make some adjustments on offense and cover Loveland. Completely different game. But instead, we gave them life. We created life. We run our capitulation play just in case it breaks. I don't understand that whole when coach is like, let's just run a draw play, see what happens. You should know what you want to do. You are a professional coach of a college team, which is essentially a professional organization at this level, right? So you don't change your strategy half-ass on the fly and then leave idiot fans to blame the quarterback when you had no left tackle in that play, it seemed like. He just got destroyed. So our guy's drifting out, trying to make the play happen because that's what you coach him to do, especially by not calling a timeout, right? A timeout to settle, like here's our next 3 plays, go do it. Toss the ball out of bounds, 40 yards out of bounds, and there's nothing there, or eat the sack. Do not throw a pick. Do not throw a pick. Do not throw a pick. But instead, you let him out there prepared. He fumbled because he was unprepared in the situation. Who's in charge of preparing them for these situations, if not a head coach and an offensive coordinator?
Yes, but also like hold on to the ball because this is not the first time he's fumbled. Like
okay,
listen, there's plenty of blame to go around. We agree. I don't want to talk about MSU anymore. It's making me sad
so much. I know. I'm like I'm gonna do something else with my Saturday. I'll check the score, But like, I have the dark curiosity about the Bears. Like, what is the worst thing? What's the worst case scenario? Were you ever like this with the Lions? I mean, it feels so past tense, so I don't think I'm gonna open wounds because they've healed. But like, were you ever like, okay, well, we have 6 wins. If we win out, we get 10 wins. We can maybe make the playoffs. Or you're like, I want to lose them all. I want a better coach. I want a better pick. Like, as a fan of a moribund franchise at the time, really until 2 years ago, it was an awful trash fire. They were building the building blocks that we didn't quite see, that the average fan didn't quite see. But where would you put yourself on if you were in my shoes? I know you don't want to be in my shoes because they're covered in crap on the bottom and the soles and the feet. In excrement, walking this sad mile, the sad miracle mile or whatever, or marvelous mile. What do they call it? Magnificent mile in Chicago. The Trail of Tears this week. What would you do? Like, if you're me, what should I do? Oh, tell me how to live.
What
do you do?
Well, I mean, there's alcohol, but that's not an option for you.
Nope.
Yeah.
Temporary option.
So I think you're just gonna have to just stew.
Stew in my juices? No, I mean as far as like, what do I do about what should be the goal what do I want to happen to the team this year?
Oh no, you guys need more picks. Yeah, you guys should tank. Just give up on this year.
Here's the thing is though, like the closer they get to like not good enough for a playoff record wise, clearly we need to fire the coach because the players are there. The closer it becomes a situation where whether it's your guy or someone else's coordinator guy or some sexy college coach or whatever the hell they do, that's going to become the attraction.
Oh, Z, I think we are having some technical difficulties. Oh no. This is not good because I'm recording this on my computer and you are totally frozen. All right, so we're going to wait for Z to get back. And I guess I'm gonna just have to take over the mic right now, and we're gonna talk about some other stuff right now. Z, you're still not back, are you? Right? No. Okay. Cool. So while I'm waiting for Z, I'm gonna keep this Detroit centric. I'm gonna completely change the topic to another sport. We're gonna talk about basketball. The Detroit Pistons, who last year had the absolute worst record in the league and got jobbed by the NBA out of the number one pick, are looking to just make up for that. And they're going to go for that number one pick again this year because they just look absolutely awful. They are off to an 0-4 start. Probably going to go to 0-5 tonight. Well, they play Philadelphia, and Philadelphia is without Embiid and Paul George. So we'll see what happens with that. But they can probably still beat Detroit without that. Detroit is just an absolute train wreck. But I want to talk about one other thing in the NBA. I did make the preseason prediction that one of the top two teams in the Western Conference was going to be Denver. And early on, that is not looking so good. Obviously, it's only been a few games, but um, this team may have peaked. The role players that they have had around Nikola Jokic. Um, Whoa, wait, Z, are you coming back?
Sorry, I didn't like Hulk out and like hit a quit. Like, I don't want to talk about my perfect coordinator ever leaving for anything. He's my baby. I've abandoned my boy. So you're talking about NBA now, right? We got a few minutes NBA before I go.
I was talking about the NBA. I was completely going freestyle, feeling
Freestyle.
very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I'm like, if I don't
dark,
have my
man.
co-host to like talk,
I know, right? They don't have like,
when did this
especially
become a one-man
ranting
show?
and
That was
ranting.
awful. But yeah, let me just finish my thought real quick.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, because can't just finish in the middle of a sentence. Um, Denver's not looking as good as I was expecting. The role players around Jokic, they may have already reached their peak and might be on the downswing of their careers for all I know. Not to say that they're old, but they just are not playing very
Oh,
well
you mean
early
that the
on.
team has reached their peak? Okay.
Yeah, and
What about
then
how's Christian Braun doing? You know I love Braun.
yeah, Braun's playing on the bench, so I'm not even talking about him. The only person I am going to talk about on the bench is my boy Russell Westbrook, but he is all right,
Interesting.
it's making me sad.
Well, here's the thing. Like, they should start Braun and put Westbrook. They should sub them out for each other. It's like, I
I know
mean,
they're
isn't Braun ceiling like a lesser Westbrook? Because he's not a great shooter. He's an okay shooter. Westbrook's an okay shooter,
yeah,
but
but
he's
neither of them are
springy and he's
starting. They're
like,
both on the bench.
what? Why?
Why would Westbrook be starting?
There's your problem. Like, if you're not scoring, what?
Westbrook's not. They have a point guard on Denver. They got Murray.
No,
We knew
yeah,
when they
backup
brought
wing
Westbrook
because
over that Westbrook was going to be on the bench. Westbrook is a bench player at this point.
until Murray gets hurt,
Well,
which he will.
that's how bench players work. They
That's how
start
talent
when the
works.
starter gets hurt. But yes, no,
Yeah,
Westbrook is a bench
yeah.
player, sadly,
I
because
know,
he
but
is one of my
Braun's
favorites.
got really good defense. The problem is they need to trade. I think they need to trade Porter.
Yeah.
I'm getting a couple. This is what I think the Knicks should have found a way to do too. Was like, instead of turning Randall into Towns and that humongous contract, like, why didn't they turn him into some cheaper? Find a way to turn him into some cheaper assets, even if you have to eat a year, because you got Brunson signed cheaply for a while. So it's like, and Hartenstein, I mean, he already started off the year hurt, so maybe that was maybe that ended up being a good thing. But like, I don't know, like, why you go against what your core is. Your core in New York was your defensive and the rallying cry of the Nova Knicks or whatever. And in Denver, it was Jokic plays the beautiful game. Murray is an amazing second, grit and grime and like freewheeling guys, a mix of that. But now they just have their grit and grind is Westbrook and Braun, right? And they're on the fucking bench all the time. And then you have Porter, who is, you know, he can go on a heater, right? But like, you got to get and be a decent seed to really see that heater in effect.
Yep. All right. Hey, Z.
I don't know. Yep.
All right. Listen, I'm guessing you're probably close to your destination, and I've got to go to my soccer game. So we're going to wrap this up with some real quick accounting.
All right.
All right. We're going to start. Here we go. We're going to get into the rundown. In the college game, you picked Notre Dame over Navy, so I owe you $1. I picked Bama over Missouri. You owe me $1.
Yes.
I picked Penn State over Wisconsin. You owe me $1. You picked A&M over LSU. I owe you $1. So college, we are a wash 2-2.
Yeah.
Moving to the pros, I picked Cards over Dolphins. You owe me $1. You
That's a great pick.
What?
That was a great pick.
Yeah, I
that
pulled
won
that
you the
one
week,
out of my
man.
butt.
That won you the week though. It was a $2 difference, right? Go ahead.
Yep. You had Bills over Seahawks. I owe you $1, so we're washed again. Commanders over the Bears. Hell yeah, you owe me $1. And Niners over the Boys. You owe me another $1. So when you get to your destination, you can Venmo me $2. Victory is mine.
What is our whole steed sponsored by? Where can they go to gamble to be cool like us?
Wait, do I get to do the plugs this week?
I'm letting you plug it. I want to see if I remember the site correctly.
Okay, here we go. No pressure on me. All right, you guys got to go to signupexpert.com/$bets, and that is bets with a Z, and that is signupexpert, not experts, just one expert.com/$bets with a Z.
That's right.
And sign up to the online sports gambling site of your choice, or sites even. You can go to more than one, which you should, because you want to be able to have access to different odds.
That's right, man. You want to shop? You want to go odd shopping, baby?
Odd shopping.
Your phone.
You see, Z, I listen to you. You don't think I listen to you, but I listen to you.
You listen. Someone does. Someone's got to. Because the other coaches don't listen to me.
All right, Z, you still got your hands at 10-2?
10 no, it's like I'm just looking for the embankment at this point.
All right. Well, I want you to drive safe, get to your destination. I'm gonna go play soccer. It's been a pleasure.
And if you're going on the Dollar Bets promo thing, I would recommend taking some college basketball stuff next week. I look at as far as champions on the longer side. You can Duke with flag. Check the odds. Get back to me. You can email us at dollarbetshow@gmail.com. So, and then we're still looking NBA. I like the Wolves, and who you like? Still the Nuggets?
No. I like the Pistons to go 0-82.
Pistons are going 0-82, baby. $14 million a year for that guy, right?
That's all I got. Go Timberwolves. Right. Julius Randle.
I'm going to play Wolves in 2K right now.
All right. We out.
You figured out how to do it.
And we out.
We out.
Electricast.